Okay, I finally got around to watching the first two episodes of Daredevil Born Again, so let's talk about it. And also, this review is spoiler free, so if you haven't seen the first two episodes, just go and watch it, please. Just go and watch it. Now, coming into the first episode, I had no idea how they were going to restart this TV show. I don't know whether if it was just going to be a fresh reboot. I don't know whether if it was going to be a continuation from the previous Netflix shows, which are now on Disney Plus and are already part of the MCU. So it's going to be interesting to see how they tackle this whole season. And for starters, that first episode really kicked off. I mean, of course, we get that classic one-shot take of Daredevil in a fight scene. So I'm not going to explain who he's fighting, but it was just a phenomenal opening to the first episode. And that's the thing too. Like after that whole entire fight sequence at the beginning of the first episode, that's when it really sort of felt to me that this felt like a massive reset button for Daredevil to be established into more of the MCU, especially the TV shows that Disney and Marvel are producing. So I found it really interesting and a unique way that they've managed to be able to make this feel like a new season, but also completely different from the Netflix show, but also somehow still keeping it together with the Netflix show. That's the thing. The whole entire first episode is just that build up to this particular season, especially as well when you see some of the stories that he's going to be involved in. Like, for example, Matt Murdock, like this is about a number of years since what happened at the beginning of the episode. This is also centered around a framing case where unfortunately this guy was in the wrong place at the wrong time, where he unfortunately unalived a cop. So it's going to be an interesting sort of court case that I'm really looking forward to see how it plays out throughout this season. The second episode I found a little bit more interesting as well is that vigilantes are a bit more put on notice in New York, especially now that Kingpin is now the mayor of New York City, which I'm like, oh, this is going to be interesting, especially as well too. I know that it's been a storyline that's happened in the comic books before, so I'm curious to see how this season plays it out. And also Matt Murdock being involved in the cop unaliving case that he just wants to get himself involved in because he believes the guy, he knows he's innocent, but however, there is a bit of a mystery to it, so he's sort of figuring out what's going on with this particular person that's been involved in this unfortunate incident. Also, Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, still amazing. I just love his performance in this TV show, and he is basically Daredevil, along with Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. I just thoroughly enjoy him as one of those villains involved on the small screen, which he's just got that presence to him, which is just amazing. Now, look, with this particular season, while I do feel like it's not as strong as the previous Netflix series, again, I don't want to judge the series from the first two episodes. I want to see how the series plays out and then see towards the end of the episodes from this particular season to see what it's like. But for starters, it's a really good start to the TV show. You're probably not going to get that feel of what it was like from the Netflix shows previously, but it's still got that grittiness, that violence, and also that intense moments that you do see from previous Daredevil seasons. So let me know your thoughts on Daredevil Born Again, and what do you think?